Hello, welcome to Absolute Cuts, episode, I don't know, 96?
Maybe about 97, maybe?
We're very close. Let me just check, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually, because we'll be coming up to our anniversary soon where we get to pick our favourite films. So, what the fuck? So, 95 was Wanted. 96 was Wall Street.
Okay.
This is 97.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. No. Have we gone out? Who picked?
We have what? So, what was the last one?
The last one was Wall Street.
Yeah, and it's not out yet, so.
No. No, but it is by the time this comes out.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't
Right, so 95 is Wanted.
Okay.
96 will be Wall Street.
97 is this.
This 97's Jumper.
Yeah.
I've fucked up somewhere. Right, who picked? I picked Schindler's List.
Yeah.
How have I gone? I used to be the odd number. And you used to be the even. Where is this fucked up then? Have I miscounted these?
How does that happen? So, right, so we had Wanted. Look.
Right, wait a minute. Wait, I'm desperately trying to... Right.
Did we do a special for some reason?
Right, so I picked Romeo Must Die.
I feel
Yes, I did. Did I not?
No,
I picked Shaun of the... No, did you pick Shaun of the Dead? I picked Shaun of the Dead. I don't know, because I started with the very first one. Somewhere along the line.
Did we do a Christmas one, maybe? No, that would still be working within...
Right, wait a minute. Right, so you picked The Snapper, which was an even number.
Yeah.
Then I picked Naked Gun, 79.
Yeah.
Then you picked Whiplash, 80. The Queen, 81. You did Sloss with the longest yard, 82. Then I picked Austin Powers, 83. Then you did Sean. That's where it's fucked up.
Is this something we did with Slosses, kind of?
Because I was away, and then
we just
so Austin Powers was supposed to be 82, and then I was away. So I'm now the even numbers.
You're now the even number.
Right. So Wall Street, 96. This is 97. Next week will be 98, which means after next week's one, you pick a favourite, because you'll do 99 and I'll do 100.
Oh.
So you get to pick a favourite film for next week.
Oh, brilliant.
Not tied to the rules.
No.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry to run you through the admin.
I don't really think so. That was good fun, though. I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this again, this is probably like, what, a week, 2 weeks? Gone past, or a week and a half at least.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it'll just be a weekend, a day or two from... when we recorded it, and we were chatting about a couple of things we were going to talk about.
Yeah, because I'm away on holiday, we're trying to get ahead, but we will talk about topical stuff that has just happened. So imagine it was a week ago.
I mean, you fucking jump back in time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you to our new sponsors, Thistly Cross.
They're not our sponsors.
They might be.
You want it?
Thistly Cross. Cider artist. Boisson fermentée à base de pommes. Cidrée.
Imagine they were
What's that in French? Deliciously thistle.
Please stop plugging our cider, sir.
Do you want to hear the history?
Okay.
In 2008, an artist and a farmer joined forces in Dunbar to become Scotland's first cider maker.
Joined forces.
Yep, that's the full story there.
Joined forces.
Somebody get fucking Christopher Nolan on the line for that. That biopic.
We've already lost Thistly Cross.
No way. An artist and a farmer.
Joined forces is such a fucking...
Joined forces.
You're not the fucking Power Rangers.
Two men from the wrong side of the from either side of the tracks.
One of the stupidest, ridiculous, right? Yeah.
Anyway, nice cider.
Good laugh.
Before, because we're going to talk about Glastonbury quite a bit. We're going to talk about Glastonbury. We're going to talk about Ryan ruining another Facebook group, our WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
I burnt my face the other day.
What is this another chemical burn of some sort?
No. This is chemical. This is sun.
Okay, right.
I went out and played golf with Seamus on Sunday, and
oh my god, did you get too close to an iron?
Yes. Yes, now you're getting in the spirit. It's only taken 97 episodes, but now you're getting into the pun spirit. I don't know. The Irish people have this thing where you don't really believe the sun is ever going to be strong in Ireland. So why would you put on sunscreen?
Absolutely. Totally agree.
So I had that, and it wasn't. Do you know what? It was that sun where it's behind clouds quite a lot of time, but it's fucking roasting.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise until I came off, and I was like, my face is really. It was initially my neck, the back of my neck, and I was like, I said to Amy, I was like, back of my neck red, and she was like, a wee bit red, but it's not that bad. And then I started to feel my face really hot, and then I went on a gig that night, and it was roasting in the room. It was already roasting in the room, and then the lights are pummeling down on your face. And so they'd come through with me. It was in Haddington in the East Coast. They'd come through with me. So we did a day out after the golf.
Yeah.
I'd done the gig, and then we were going to drive home. And as I came in, Amy was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, how do you mean? And she was like, you look abysmal. Like your face is bright red, and there is sweat pissing off it.
Okay.
And then I looked at myself, and I looked like the cunt at the end of RoboCop. I was like, fucking Jesus. And it still feels hot to the touch.
Good.
And I think it's mild heat stroke, because last night I couldn't get to sleep.
Aye.
But I was falling asleep for like 5 minutes, but having the most vivid dreams in 5 minutes, and then waking up in a cold sweat.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, oh God.
What have I done?
Yeah. So that's bad.
It is, yeah. I don't know. It's really stupid. That's like what I did at altitude. Remember when I was up there thinking that, there's snow? How can I get sunburned if there's snow?
How can I get sunburned when I'm cold?
Yeah, and it was like you're 2,000 kilometers closer to the sun.
So fuck, I never even thought of it.
You're 2,000 kilometers closer to the sun, and you're on the most reflective surface.
Exactly, yeah.
I just incinerated myself. Do you know it's one of those ones
you
where
might as well be flying on a mirror right now.
You know, you look at yourself and you're like, I think I'm all right. I can feel it, but I can't see it. And then you go into like, it was the backstage at altitude where like you could see in that mirror, all of a sudden I just looked completely red in it. And it was like, I looked like I was like your man coming in the Thing.
Yeah.
Not the Thing. You know the one chewing bubblegum. They Live.
Oh, They Live. Yeah.
Looking at people who's a fucking an alien or whatever.
We
don't know where I'm going with it.
I don't know how to say this. I think in your own country it is gay to wear sunscreen.
I feel like you nailed it.
Now, before anyone gets fucking right, I don't mean gay. This is very much a Louis C.K. thing. I don't mean gay as in you're a homosexual. I've absolutely not, like, I'm genuinely, I mean, and there's no better word. Like, see, come up with a different word for being
gay,
doing stuff where you're just being gay. Like, stop. It's not that. It's like, do you know?
Usually being gay means that you're actually trying to improve something.
Yeah.
If you get me. You're going like a happier way of doing stuff, and you're like, oh, you walk in and the guy's clipping his toenails. It's a positive thing. You're like, oof, gay. Aye,
that would be. One that I noticed I had was when we were in Amsterdam for Gareth's
funeral.
Gareth's stag do, was where I realised it was Dean, our friend Dean, that pointed to me, and he was like, I've been watching all weekend, and you carry your suitcase everywhere. You never use the wheels. And I went, because I'm not gay. And I equated basically being less of a man if you use the trolley wheels on a suitcase, regardless of how heavy it is.
Yeah.
And I realised, I was like, I've never used the wheels. They're clean as a fucking whistle. I've never used the wheels in this fucking suitcase because
unbelievable.
I'm like, it's manlier to carry the thing.
That's unbelievable. That's ridiculous. That's
ridiculous.
That's overkill. I've melted the wheels in mine.
I don't know if it's overkill. I think if anything, it's the thing to do. Like, it's like I judge people if they're fucking
use the wheels in a 32 kilogram one.
It's almost pathetic. No,
you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. A 32.
When I go on holiday with the family in a couple of days, we will have one massive suitcase, and because I'm too cheap, I say because I'm too cheap to pay for another one, to pay for an extra one as opposed to the free one we get with our booking. We will cram every fucking thing into that suitcase, right? And it will weigh a ton.
Okay, and
I will carry that fucking thing through the heated streets of Portugal rather than use the wee wheels.
So put it like this then. What if you have say if you have like a grandmother in a wheelchair, do you just carry them under the arm as well? It's just a wheel prop.
Oh, that's different though. It's
not, just an issue with wheels.
Human.
Gay if you don't.
I listen, but it's just one of those things. And I also think that about wearing sunscreen in your own country.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've worn sunscreen in my own country once or twice. Yeah,
I think if you've
and look at me now.
Yeah, if you've grown up there, why hasn't your skin assimilated and got used to the? I get climate change, global warming. You evolve. Your skin should be able to take the temperature and the sun in your own country.
Pokemon evolve, so should we.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love the I delivered that like it was some sort of deep
sage thing. Yeah.
Voltaire. If Pokemon can evolve, can evolve, so can we.
You can see somebody having that in their bathroom.
Yeah.
on a piece of slate carved in. If Pokemon can evolve, so can we.
Oh Jesus!
Right, Ryan. None of you will be in. Well, some of you will. Some of you are. Some of our regular listeners have been in a WhatsApp group with Ryan Cullen and are aware of what a toxic, venomous poison he can be in those things.
Yeah. This
week, one that a couple of our friends are a part of.
What in this group here?
Yeah.
Only one.
I thought Gareth was part of it as well.
No. This is the official one in Scotland.
All right.
Only Nick is in there.
So Matty's not even.
No, they have sent it into that Arsenal group. There's a personal friends Arsenal group as well. But this is the all around. Lost my membership. For the Arsenal.
This is just the Arsenal supporters based in Scotland WhatsApp group official.
Yes, yeah. I've lost my license. I can't get tickets off them anymore for games in the Emirates.
So as you fucked.
I'm fucked.
Right.
Listen.
To be fair, I would love to say, and I would love to say that he has made an arse of this, and for once he genuinely hasn't.
Well, right. So someone, if you don't know, right, João Pedro. Brazilian footballer has joined Chelsea. Now, João Pedro's getting a little bit of stick here because, when he moved to Watford in the Premiership, he was 18 years old and he was horsing someone who just turned 15.
Right.
Right. So he's been getting like pedo stuff, been chanted at him for a good while. In the group, I put up a tweet, about Chelsea. Now, some people listening to this probably might have seen it. I put it up on my story. It's on my story today, but it's not a thing. So unless you happen to see it on the day of this recording, right? So I was like, João Pedro. The joke was basically, he's checking out because he's moving to Chelsea. He's checking out how schools in West London, blah blah blah. He doesn't have kids. And somebody was just like, and somebody goes, I don't know, I'd prefer him in the club. And I go, we can't have him in the club. He's a paedophile. We already have Thomas Partey, whose contract expires today. I was like, what terrible PR for a club.
Yeah, you
to
can't
get rid of Thomas Partey. Go, let's get the pedo in.
Yeah, it can't be a 1 in, 1 out scenario.
Right, yeah.
At Arsenal.
So what happened was, I've been doing this type of thing, and I'll read this out to you. The first message is really important. I won't read out the whole thing, right? But this first message, some guy just kind of like, the guy that just decided to die on a hill he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just like absolutely jumped in out of near. Let's call him Pat.
Because that's his name.
That is his name. Pat.
Trust me, if you're in any way at this point feeling a bit sorry for Pat, you're about to not.
Right. This is what Pat's first message, right? He just clicked in. He goes, dude, she is an actress who started acting professionally on the telly when she was only 6, meaning she's had 14 years of high stakes professional acting. Right. What a terrible. I'm like, I was in my head at this stage going, but we're talking about pedos. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right. A lot more than JP. That's João Pedro. Made him sound a bit more like a plumber that he knows. A lot more than JP is. Add that to the cognitive difference between boys and girls, and the chances are this girl, and was at the time, a lot more street savvy and more mature than João Pedro. Finally, age gap relationships within the law are not, capital letters, an issue in South America, including at that age, or most of the global South for that matter. Stop, capital letters, judging people from other cultures by your own values. And then he just went, cancel culture and ethno-criticism. You presumably you need to take a step back, mate. So he's absolutely one off the fucking thing, right? It's very funny to say cancel culture. I don't really cancel culture for horsing a 15-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to be actually horrified even more about this, because we're looking at, just type in João Pedro and the pictures with this girl. Like it's
very uncomfortable.
It doesn't even look like, you'd be like, oh, this person years older. This person looks like 14. It doesn't even look her age, right?
Yeah.
So I was kicking off. I was like, they called me a madman, but I was still doing like a 18-year-old should be horsing a 15-year-old regardless thing. And plus, when it's age of consent for like 14 and 13, that's usually meant to be in those countries for other than 14 and 13-year-olds to fuck each other, and they're not going to get like, it's not like, 14, let's all move to Thailand and horse a wee girl.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, right? And then he goes, I was a lot of loophole jumping here, Pat. And he goes, not in Brazil, not in loads of countries in Europe. I was in Bulgaria 2 weeks ago and it was completely fine. That just makes it sound like he was horsing kids in Bulgaria. Right? I think it doesn't matter. She's Brazilian. He's Brazilian. It happened to a Brazilian. It's within the law, but you still think it's appropriate to say that he's a pedophile, and that is the issue. And I was like, he was playing for Watford. And then I just wrote, she was a high-stakes actor, Your Honor. Right? So he's getting angry. This part's boring, starts repeating himself, and I just kept writing, check the hard drives. So he's getting real mad, right? Mm-hmm. So this guy's been nice. He tried to diffuse the situation. He was like, right, enough's enough. Both have valid points. I get it, but let's move on. I'm getting bored of this now. And I was like, I don't think he has a valid point. I was like, what the hell happened in Bulgaria? Right? So the guy starts getting a little bit thing, right? I am clearly triggered, this guy says, right? I can't really place this guy because he's using language like fucking cancel culture, all this woke nonsense, you're being after me, and then he's like, but I'm triggered here.
Yeah, he's using very in vogue language here. Yeah.
I will say one last thing though. He didn't. Living here is amazing. This is home. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where Pat's from. I can't imagine it.
I don't think Pat's of any fixed abode.
Yeah.
I think Pat drifts where the action is.
I was on international water. What's your problem? So 12-year-old.
It was on a leap year. Well, no, it doesn't matter.
It's your fucking issue, right? You guys would feel hard pressed to cope at times if put in my shoes. I don't know what he's talking about. He's never mentioned it, what he's even talking about here. But I suppose it's part of the deal. I get it. But if you mix this in with fake news, it wasn't fake news. There's literally a picture.
Yeah.
And insist on it being offensive, I will have my word across. Right? And then I got a thing from like the chairman going, cease this now, please, to me.
Right.
And I was like, I have ceased and desisted. Right? But then somebody got some alert good. And then I went, Christ, right, under this guy, the thing, right? So this other dude, this guy jumps in a lot, right? He's a dude, he gets angry at me. He's from, I think he's from Ghana, and he gets real mad at me all the time because I keep calling Thomas Partey dodgy cunt, and he just doesn't believe it. Mm-hmm. So this guy's ready. He goes, well, you do have form, which I feel like he means...
You've talked about, yeah.
I didn't follow the whole thread yesterday. I was like, shut up immediately. But I do see you referring to someone as a paedophile. Don't say why you think this is appropriate to bring up that kind of thing here. I was like, just think that our club should have a little bit more morals after everything, mate. Right?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, it's nothing about morals. You brought up someone that had absolutely nothing to do with our club. I didn't bring that up. Somebody else brought it up. With seemingly the only intention to cause disharmony and thing, right? And then I go, I didn't bring up Pedro coming to Arsenal, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I got the warning for saying shagging kids is bad. And the guy who knew the world's age limits and consent laws across the world hasn't. It was really warped. I'll take my leave. And I was like, to the party apologists and shagging 15-year-olds, adios cunts, right? So that's the whole thing. Nick's in the thing. The only last update is I've been accused of racism over it. So I'm not going to read out this whole fucking thing, but basically he wrote things just saying that because I don't like Thomas Party for raping people and João Pedro for shagging kids, and because they're from different cultures,
you're racist.
I'm looking at it with my white eyes, and I am a full-blown Jim Crow.
Right. Wild.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm gone.
He's basically like
outed himself as like,
it's bizarre. I've never seen anyone immediately go to being a victim because he is defending someone. Like, fair, like, listen, the problem is, like, there might be other cultures that does happen with, but it doesn't make it right in our eyes. It's not a... it's like saying, well, but 100 years ago you could.
yeah.
Well, but things evolve.
Yeah.
Where you
Pokemon.
like, yeah, exactly.
We should too.
But yeah, you realize the mistakes of the past, and you realize how wrong it actually is, and you go, I can't for the life of me understand how anyone. First of all, I don't get. It was very much a but what was she wearing argument by going. Yeah, but she's a lot more streetwise.
See, that's really fucked up. When you start talking about cognitive differences in children.
So what point? So
high stakes actor.
So it's so if you've got a fucking an 8-year-old that knows the streets, then it's fair game.
Yeah. So pulling up in a car, going like, "Here, where are we here? What street's this?"
But like, so if in his words, if you're streetwise but you're younger, then it's
that's
more
2
acceptable
years.
than that.
That's 2 years at
it's
least.
Fucking so bizarre, his argument. I just don't.
Nobody really jumped in. That was what happened. Nobody went.
I imagine most people would feel very uncomfortable about what was happening in the group.
Yeah. But like, so what happened here, right, is and I left, so I'm fucked now for the Arsenal tickets, right? But I got that message, that big one I was saying, but I got another. The message above it was a couple of messages of just. It's quite funny. The messages. Oh shit. There you go. So the ones just above it, just when it says Ryan has left, Peter, the chairman, one of the chairmen, I took a screenshot and then deleted the crude insult from Ryan Cullen, which is adios cunts, who has removed himself from the WhatsApp group. And I was like, took a screenshot in case the fucking police come in and arrest me for saying shagging children's bad.
Yeah.
I reckon if he went and showed this to the police, because they got angry because I kept going, that Thomas Party's rapist. And they're like, this is a public forum. And then I'd be like, no, it's not. It's a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
It's not a public forum.
No, it's not public at all.
Yeah. And plus...
It is now, the fact that you've put it up on what? On Instagram.
I don't give a fuck about that. Do you think if the police saw that entire conversation...
No, I don't think they'd be... I don't think
Pat would be on a fucking register. They'd be like, oh my God.
People just don't like... they don't like confrontation. And they don't like... They don't like being able. They don't like facing, particularly football fans. Nobody in an Arsenal fan group will like to accept that Thomas Partey is a horrible person.
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable,
and it's quite ridiculous that he's allowed to
play.
Yeah. So
and he's left today, and you know what? They try to give him another fucking contract.
Yeah, and the same fans that will take absolute offence and be horrified at any criticism of Thomas Partey will be the same people that if it happened to another team, then they would quite happily chant songs about it at the same time. So
I said that to him. I was like, do you reckon... I wrote it out, in fairness, this might have been not a bit much, but I was like, I wonder if you'd be chatting about cognitive differences if it was your daughter getting horsed.
Yeah.
But it's true, like,
No,
oh, well, you know, in fairness now, she's street savvy. Like, what the fuck are you talking
exactly.
about? The other person goes, now, if you put Spurs before the C word, it would have been fine, but they all just started praising Peter for taking a screenshot.
Right.
I did try and diffuse the situation, but Ryan wasn't letting it go, to be honest. Pat had his say, and his opinions are there. He shouldn't be aired on this place. Back to Arsenal lesson there. Hopefully it'll be all positive energy from now. And then some guy, Rohan, in fairness to him, kicked in and was just like, what? He didn't do anything. He didn't even start this. And then one guy of the whole thing jumped in.
What a fucking bunch of...
It's worrying how many fucking psychopaths it would genuinely be like.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he exploded, even if he was a pedo and thought that.
Yeah.
The fact that he exploded into like a Like who
But
fucking know about
it's
cunt?
just so fucking mealy mouthed and like, just the rest of them kind of like it's that Peter fucking prick.
Yeah.
Just
It's
being like, cease this. Fuck off, man. You've not been elected to this position.
Cease and desist. I was like, I have ceased and desisted.
Yeah.
Do you think like oh fuck, I can't even remember what I was going to say. What do you say? I forgot. I can't even remember what I was going to say.
So that's you done with the Arsenal group then?
Yeah, I feel like I was accused of Islamophobia for saying 9/11 was bad.
Do you think you'll just pick another team now, or?
I'd just be like, I'm now the Everton Scotland supporters fan.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Sigurdsson's the right pedo. Like, we know.
He just went through all teams in the Premiership just try to get thrown out of their groups.
I have been thrown out of quite a lot of groups in my time. Good one.
Brilliant. We'll very quickly talk about Glastonbury because did you watch any of it?
I tuned in. I want to, because at this stage, but even especially by the time these people listen to it, they're going to be bored shitless of the Bob Villain stuff and Kneecap. I tuned in with the Kneecaps time because I just wanted to see what was going on. And it was that somebody called Brandy Carlisle or something on the main stage and it was dead. And then there's all the tweets from the end of the thing going like, stay out of this fucking place. They couldn't let 30,000 in or whatever. But that's all the censorship's fucking problem for making these guys move. Like, I like Kneecap, but they've went and made them more famous.
They have.
They've went and made Bob Villain a superstar.
It's just fucking
stupidly.
I hate both sides of it. It's just like, I know you're like saying like, because I've never heard of Bob Villain in my fucking life.
I've seen Bob Villain live 3 times.
Never seen, heard of. But the same people that were the same people that were calling for him to be cancelled or if he
is now. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know he said his visa's taken away and his agent has dropped him, all this kind of stuff. But then there was a whole Rod Stewart thing as well because he came out in support of Farage. And then there was people, but what my problem with it is, right? Both sides are going, oh, this is so unfair to us. Like, we're the ones that are like, so you've got Kneecap fans and Bob Villain fans, right? So if you want to call them the left liberals, right, saying don't go and boycott Rod Stewart or go and boo Rod Stewart when he comes on stage because he has said that he supports Farage. You've then got probably not even fans of Rod Stewart, but right-wing people now who have seen what he's said and are now calling for the arrest of Bob Villain and Kneecap. So both sides to me are fucking pathetic. And both sides don't give a shit about anything that's involved. They are just playing their own message. And they're using each side, each particular incident as a tool to drive home their own ideology.
I will say this: Bob Villain's been ranting about this for a long time. I've seen it before the thing.
No, I'm not talking about the artists involved. I'm talking about the people that are there and are just jumping on a bandwagon to suit their own beliefs.
I don't see if Rod Stewart comes out and goes, "I love Farage." I don't think that's a bad thing at all. No. I'd just be like, "Ugh,
yeah."
Ooh, gay. Yeah. Ooh, you're a Celtic fan?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, that's...
You're just like, what?
That's the thing that Celtic fans find very, very difficult to balance or like that. I don't understand what the fuck's going on here at all.
How did you get to this point? But, and then,
Also, what the fuck do you honestly think he wouldn't be, at the very least... Tory as fuck, Rod Stewart.
Yeah, of course.
The man's an 80-year-old millionaire. At what point do you think he'd be? Do you think he's a fucking Green supporter?
I think there's only one old man that's a lefty, and that's Bernie Sanders, and the rest of them aren't.
Yeah. But like, there's not a chance. There's not a chance. Fucking. McCartney, or I'm not launching McCartney and Jagger and Bono and stuff in like that, but. There's no 80-year-old millionaire is going, I really want to support a party that's going to make me pay more tax.
Yeah, aye.
I'm really, you know what I mean? Like, of course they're going to be fucking Tory as fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the surprise is here. And it just, what annoys me is, I am annoyed the fact that music festivals have become just a playground of political discourse now.
Yeah.
I find it fucking dull. And I find it refreshing when bands just keep out of it. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to go to a gig and hear what uneducated opinion you have.
Yeah,
Right?
in fairness.
We would never tell people this is what you should think and this is what you shouldn't think. In terms of political stuff,
Yeah.
of course we'll do it with films because we're experts. But we would never do it with that because we're not educated enough and we're not qualified enough to do it. That's not our fucking job.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same way when comedians do it. Make a joke about it, make it funny, yes, but don't go out and just particularly say this is what you should believe. If you believe that, then you're a horrific person. That's not a fucking band's job. Right?
Yeah.
You can have your opinions, express your opinions. Don't do it when you're there to fucking entertain people.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
In the same way, if Starmer or fucking Netanyahu was coming out and making a speech and they suddenly pulled out an acoustic and did a fucking version of Here Comes the Sun, I'd be like, this isn't appropriate for this time. This is not what you're fucking here for.
Yeah.
This isn't your job.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see what Kneecap said to Rod Stewart? It was quite funny.
Right, he's older than Israel. That's quite good, yeah.
It's very funny. The last thing is very stupid. You can see how much these people don't actually listen to anything. The fact that you would cut from before Kneecap to Bob Villan.
Yeah.
Bob Villan's the most outspoken. It's just no
lack
of any care. If they cut it, and it was just like before that even happened.
Yeah.
Now I actually would have been fine with him being arrested if he said deaf to Netanyahu, even though we all want him to die.
Yeah.
And he is a thing, but when you're saying like the IDF, it's like an entire organization.
Well,
and stuff like that, but
that's I know the
kind of, and I get that it's
inflammatory.
Yeah,
it is inflammatory, and the
From a punk band.
the connotations of it aren't great, especially when the temperature around about the whole festival has been so high anyway.
Yeah.
But he is essentially saying it would be generally like if Glastonbury 1941, right? If fucking who's the wee ukulele guy?
Hornby.
Yeah, George Formby.
Formby. Yeah.
If he'd come out and goes, turned out nice again. Tell you what, fucking let's kill that SS, right? If George Formby had come out in the ukulele and called for the death of the SS, that would be the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
Right? He hasn't gone kill all Israelis. He hasn't gone kill all Jewish people. He's gone...
These are doing bad things.
But, I mean, it is... well, he knew exactly what he was doing. Of course he did, because he's got a platform.
Absolutely.
But again, with the BBC, it's just fucking lack of research. And it's also a lack of care by the BBC.
It is, yeah.
Because you paint yourself into a corner if you just assume that because Kneecap are the ones that have been in the press, right, we just won't show them. We won't mention that we're not showing them. We'll just have this massive 4-hour gap in our coverage of that stage, right? And then, but we won't check to see if anyone, because lots of fucking folks said about stuff. Fucking Kate Nash did a big fucking rant about it. Some other fucking Jade from the fucking Little Mix, when she was doing her solo, did a big rant about it. Of course, people are gonna say stuff.
Yeah.
You can't stop it. So you either don't show everything.
Yeah.
You either show nothing or you show fucking everything.
Yeah. The fact that they come to a room and the backstage had all about the BBC call it a conflict when it's a genocide, so they didn't even fucking look at the backstage.
Yeah.
Cut to him, and the entire backdrop is about the BBC.
And to be fair to them, you can't keep on top of everything.
But Jesus.
The reason, because you can't keep on top of everything, it's probably best not to just completely ban one thing.
Yes.
Because you are going to get caught out.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the music aspect of it.
1975,
but it's not for us.
Yeah, that's right. It's for people that don't know what music is.
Yeah. It's for people that have no brain.
It's for stupid people.
Yeah. The Prodigy were incredible.
I'll be seeing them soon. Are they at Kendall?
Yes. I messaged Ryan today. I have already started inquiring about taking flares.
I got them.
Did you see? I sent you the video. Or
Yeah,
the picture of the wee guy that was off his fucking face on Eckies during. It's so good.
He's a doctor.
The Prodigy were amazing. I thought Olivia Rodrigo was fucking class.
Okay, right.
I thought she was absolute class, singing totally live, as opposed to Charlie XCX, who was.
I'm right here. I'm actually disappointed here, right? Because when Charlie XCX got a thing, I go right. I mean, you know, she's not great. I like some of her songs, but it's all fucking vibes. You know, it's all theatrical. But you take like on a big stage thing, it'll be great for that. People will love it, and she fucking
the show and the lighting show. I mean, it was proper techno music. Like
she does it. She's so excellent, right? So I was like, fucking great. I actually have no problem. If she's one of my favorites, all. But then she just went out on Twitter and started going, oh. So apparently now, if you purposely use autotune, you're a fraud of an artist. And I was like,
Yep.
Like, yeah.
If you're doing a live performance, you're
like, yeah. If I went out and I put on a tape and just played all my jokes and stood there with my fucking my cock in my hand, like, fraud.
Yeah, it'd be a hell of a show. But
it means you can't do what you actually are.
Yeah. So, she also wasn't singing. She wasn't even singing through autotune. She was miming, and there was a backing track of the song, and then all her mic was to do like shout outs and hype stuff, basically. And you're not performing live. That's not fucking.
Yeah.
It's still a good show. Nobody's saying that, but then don't fucking come back and go.
Oh, what's up, you fuckers? I was just like, that was disappointing. I was like, oh, fuck yourself.
It's just pathetic when
and then she started calling everyone boomers.
That's what that's what I said to you. She's 32 years old.
Aye.
You can't go a boomers.
I'm 34.
Yeah.
I was like, nonsense.
Yeah, you're not. You're not 18. Like, you get away with that. Because she signed off one of her tweets. It was like, yawn, I'm so bored. Like, no, you're 32. You don't get to finish off tweets like that anymore. Right?
Yeah.
That is the behaviour of a teenager.
Boomer.
Right? You can't do that anymore.
So these boomers. And I was just like, I'm the same age as you, Charlie.
Aye.
Yeah.
And listen, I like Neil Young, but it was boring as fuck.
Charlie, what is it, 250th?
No, it's do you know what? I actually looked it up for a joke. Because I was like, what does XCX is basically 100.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought it was X is what, 100 and C is 50. But you can't do it in that order.
No, how
you can't go X. You can't
do it. Right, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I Google it. Wait a minute. What is XCX in Roman numerals?
Yeah. Basically, anyway, her tweets fucked me off. Do you know what? I thought it was quite like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's. But at least Lady Gaga fucking sing live. She wouldn't actually pull that shit. But a lot of that. And I was like, well, don't come at me. Then you're.
So, X in Roman numerals is 10. C in Roman numerals is 100.
Oh, right.
So the first X subtracts from the 100.
Okay.
But then the second one adds again.
Okay.
So it's 100. Take 10. Add 10.
100.
So it's 100.
Charlie 100.
Yeah, because that was my joke. I was like, I enjoy Charlie XCX if I've not seen Charlie 1 to 99. So.
Great.
And it got fuck all.
Nah, yeah. Wankers.
But yeah, Prodigy good. Pulp were excellent.
I didn't see too much of the rest. I will look at it.
Who else was excellent? Franz Ferdinand was pretty good. Neil Young was alright.
Yeah,
just a bit fucking.
I've seen videos of AC/DC recently, and they look like fucking shit.
Oh, they do.
They are like 84 though, so it's absolutely fine. But when you're sitting there still charging that, you're like, either stop or get better, you old cunt. Whooping Brian Johnson. Get better, you old cunt, Brian Johnson. What do you mean get better?
One of the most distinctive voices in the world. You mean get better? How much more do you want me to growl here? Fucking gargle sand, you bastard.
Right, before we get on to your film, join the Patreon. We have extra fucking shit. We've got Patreon stuff. I decided to put it here because I felt like people sometimes.
The Wolf of Wall Street Patreon, but we've just recorded, is a fucking belter.
It is, yeah.
A 50-minute belter.
So if you haven't seen it last week, or you're new or want to join, that's an absolute perfect one to jump in on. So yeah, we have an extra one of them all the time.
You get it earlier, and you get it without adverts, and you get all the extra episodes.
And there's shit on like. there's Patreons or there's Discords and stuff too if you want to
You
get
get
in.
tons of them as well. Like you can go back and listen to all of the Patreons.
Yeah.
Tons.
I don't know how
Well, there's about 50 now,
50,
I think.
I would say, or something like that. So, join that. And in this one of our Patreons gave me this DVD for this week's episode, which was a film that neither of us have seen, which is a rarity, I think.
Yes, very, very rare.
Jumper.
Yeah.
Yes. Jump in and experience the action hit of the year.
Can I just say that I didn't actually realise until I was heading home. Well, no, because you did last week's at mine. Until you left, I didn't realise how funny it actually was that your choice was a film called Jumper. And you're a man who only really wears jumpers.
And today I decided not to.
Yeah. That's very, like... If you've been watching this for a while, Cullen is very well known for having a lot of
jumpers,
and none of them are really
good,
attractive jumpers. They're not like classy jumpers. They're very much fishermen dragged off a tramp, found in a drain jumpers. So I was going to ask you, right? How many jumpers do you think you have?
But I don't think about 10.
But 10 jumpers.
I would say, because I dumped a few there the last day.
Did you take them to the charity?
They were falling apart.
Burn them.
They were falling apart. I had to dump them.
And is there a favourite jumper?
There's comfier ones, but not favourites.
You must have a favourite.
I don't. Yeah, one of my green ones, maybe.
One of the green ones. Is it wool?
Yeah. Yeah, nice green wool.
It's a green wool jumper.
Yeah.
I think my favourite jumper is Liam Payne.
Fuck off, you fucking dirty cunt. How do you, should have even. There's a positive. Fuck's sake. How sick it would be if you had an actual favourite jumper. Oh my god!
This film is dog shit.
I'll tell you, like I was watching this go, and I think I messaged you going, I'm actually enjoying this. This is utter nonsense. I said to you, this is some of the worst acting there, right? And just shite acting. But I was enjoying it up to a point, and then it just. I mean, I haven't seen a fall away in a film quite like it. Yeah, I just lost all.
When you told me it was only an hour and 20 minutes,
you were like, yes.
I was delighted. I have never experienced a longer hour and 20 minutes in my life. It felt like 4 hours when I was watching this last night. My God.
Right.
Terrible.
Will we start with the bizarre cast?
Yes. So Hayden Christensen,
dreadful.
Anakin Skywalker.
I can see why he has died. He's so bad.
There is nothing about the guy.
He's a mannequin.
Yeah,
he's a mannequin.
He delivers every single line at the exact same pitch, the exact same tone, and the exact same speed. Every line is delivered the same. There's no inflection. There's no passion. There's no anger. There's nothing. It's incredible. It's actually incredible. It's like AI delivering an acting performance.
Yeah, he is. He's like, he would do a good droid, maybe.
Yeah.
Just he'd be like, no, please be yourself.
Yeah. He's amazing as Darth Vader. Once he becomes Darth Vader and he can't talk and you can't see his facial expressions anymore.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake, man.
Fucking awful.
Yeah, he's so bad. And then so it's such a bizarre one. And then you're like, is Millie the person he's in? Is Rachel Bilson of the OC?
I didn't know her.
Okay, I liked the OC when I was a kid.
I didn't watch I don't know the OC.
So she was like one of the heartthrobs in the OC.
Is OC like Dawson's Creek?
Yeah,
it would be like your Dawson's Creek. So I had Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, it was.
So you right? Okay.
Yeah. She would have been Vanderbeek's Mrs.
Main squeeze.
Yeah. There was like two kind of couples in the OC.
Right. Okay.
You know,
okay.
Miranda,
but she hasn't really been in much either film wise.
Nah, she was big for that. I don't really know anything else she's actually in. No. So this was a random coupling.
Yeah.
And then Michael Rooker.
Our boy Rooker.
This must be her third, fourth film he's been in. We're big Michael Rooker fans.
We love Rooker, aye.
But he's far too good of an actor for this.
Yes.
I mean, not.
He's not in it that long as well.
I mean, he wasn't Slither and stuff. So I mean, the more I think about it, the more I like that film. By the way, I know I give it harsh, but I have thought about it recently.
It's fun. Aye.
But Michael Rooker was like, in it. He's not in it much. Yeah, they could have really done with him doing.
He just plays a drunk dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Drunk abusive father.
Oh man, well, that's his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's his thing. Racist.
Yeah.
Rapist.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
with an
yeah,
S or a thing,
yeah.
they're like, get him in.
Yeah.
Right,
Botanist.
Samuel L. Jackson
Yep. There's a main villain.
and Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell. Yeah.
Such a bizarre, like
Billy Elliot.
yeah. It's just to me like it's William Dafoe.
Even Diane Lane, who plays his mum, is quite well known. Like, she's quite an esteemed actress as well. I don't understand how any of these people, apart from Hayden Christensen, were involved in this film.
Yeah.
And I include Doug Liman, the director, because I like him. Right?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know until I just saw there. Is he the actual Born Identity?
So he directed The Born Identity. He directed Swingers, which is one of my favourite films of all time. He directed Go, which is close to one of my favourite films of all time, which is phenomenal. He directed Born Identity. He directed Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Like, the man knows how to make fucking films. I don't know how the fuck he got attached to this.
It's a real bad directing job.
I don't know
script job
why the OC, I'm assuming, was very successful, so I don't know why she's attracted. I don't know why the fuck Samuel L. Jackson's in this. I don't know why Jamie Bell signed up for this.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson is like the Snoop Dogg. You know, he's got a fee and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, well,
he does do a lot of, like...
He does do a lot of shite.
Yeah.
But I was reading about this, and this film took over a year to film because they kept
teleporting.
There's so many different bits in this film that don't make any sense. That it's like, was this film? You can tell it's filmed over a year, and you can tell they've gone, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, and this story is so shite. Like, a load of the reviews I read about this, right, on IMDb were saying, great concept, terrible film. And I don't even think it is a great concept. I don't think teleporters... Because I thought initially that they were able to teleport through anywhere in time. And I thought, that's pretty cool. But all they can do is go to another location.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that... I think it's a good superpower to have, but I don't think it's that cool a film.
Oh, you think it's like X-Men number 9?
Yeah, what do you... like?
Oh, it's Nightcrawler, I suppose.
It's Nightcrawler, but he's not one of the main X-Men.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone else has cooler stories. I don't think you can create that cooler story from people that can just teleport to anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? A useless fucking superpower.
Yeah, he robbed it, right? So, you know, he gets his money, he robs a fucking bank because he teleports in and out and they don't know what the fuck's happened, right? I must say, like, I thought it was stupid and I was enjoying it. I was like, this is shite. For about 35 minutes, I was like, right. Then it started falling apart. But and then it fell really apart. I'll get to the end, right? Then it fell really apart and it just ended. And I was like, what was that? Right? Like at the start, it doesn't even tell you really how he teleported apparently when he was 5. You found out later. It doesn't really say anything about it, nothing about it. And then he just knows he teleported then when he was down under a fucking... He fell into a lake. That old fucking movie one. How many people fall into fucking frozen lakes?
But you never find out why this happens to some folk.
No, yeah.
There's no lore at all about it. There's no history.
It doesn't explain the paladins.
The paladins.
They don't explain it.
They're just religious zealots. Like, I looked, so a paladin, right? Because I was like, what the fuck is a paladin?
I know what paladin are because they're like a Dungeons and Dragon type of fucking...
Yeah, I knew you would. This is one of the only 2 trivia bits. I might as well do them now.
Yeah.
Right? Historically, a paladin was a mythical court retainer of the French crown, bearing a rank above that of count. The origins go back to the 11th century, as early as legendary defenders against the Muslim Umayyad invasion of Europe. Right?
Okay.
And they were basically... They were basically knights. They were like the French knights of the Round Table,
okay.
Right? And they were warriors who were appointed by a divine power to protect religion, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's why they're going, nobody should have this power other than God.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But again, it's never explained how long this has been fucking going on.
Yeah.
It's never explained how this power has come about.
Yeah.
The only other and this is quite a cool fact. Do you know who was supposed to be Hayden Christensen?
Who?
Eminem. Eminem was signed up to do it and then left. They wanted Eminem to be. Eminem was coming off the back 8 Mile.
That would have been better.
Fucking massive. And then
he just probably went.
He just went, what the fuck is this pile of shit?
Yeah, he must have. Yeah.
And then Hayden Christensen was hanging about.
Was like,
you fucking get in here.
Like,
Get in here, you fucking board of wood.
He is one of the worst actors, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't. I've seen another thing with him, I think. Was he in Awake?
Oh, is that where he's like getting an operation on him?
Was Jessica Alba the one that has the operation? Or is she the doctor?
She's...
I can't remember if it was her
It's him he's under sedation.
Yeah.
Having an operation. But he's like one of these rare people that the anaesthetic
perfect role for him.
Yeah. Oh, doesn't have to do a fucking thing. But even in that, his fucking eye blinking's annoying. Even his eye winking's wooden.
What is Hayden Christensen doing now? Like,
I don't know.
Oh, man, yeah. I suppose he makes so much money from Star Wars.
Yeah.
You're bound to.
But you forget how shite he actually is in Star Wars.
Like, I don't really remember.
Absolutely fucking awful. You know what really annoyed me about this film, right, is... Well, we'll get to that. Some of the stupid shit that he does with this power, right? What really fucking annoyed me is the first 15 minutes are him as like a 16-year-old, right? And then he comes back later on as Hayden Christensen, comes back to his town, and everybody recognises him, even though he looks fuck all like the kid. Absolutely. But immediately they all recognise him. They're like, oh my God.
Thought I saw a ghost.
It's a fucking guy that drowned in the lake.
Yeah.
He looks nothing like him.
Like, it's a small lake, by the way, just off the thing beside it. If he did actually drown there, they immediately find his body.
Yeah.
There's just no way the police are like, well, he's gone for good in that pond over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would immediately be like, no, he didn't die.
And also, I know rookers are drunk, right? But why does he let the rest of the town harbour the belief that this kid's died? He's already seen him. The fucking Hayden Christensen comes home, so he's seen that he's not dead. Yet the entire rest of the town just believe this fucker's dead.
And why is Hayden Christensen just zapping himself? Like, if he's a multi-billionaire, why is he purposely zapping himself into his old bedroom?
Exactly. Why?
So Rooker's run up the stairs going, I hear footsteps.
Why is he holding money in his old bedroom? You've got a fucking drunk
door
dad.
locked. Why is the door locked? If he thinks the son's died, why is the door locked from the inside?
You've got a fucking drunk as fuck dad. You think he's not rifling through every drawer? But you've got sackfuls of cash. You've got sackfuls of cash like you're a fucking bank robber in the Pink Panther. Who the fuck keeps it in sacks, for Christ's sake?
That's so funny. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I have a bit just at the very start, right? You know the part where, like, he falls, basically. He's got something about a snow globe. They try to make it like some sort of fucking...
Yeah.
Like an orb thing. They made a balls of it. It was the most weak attempt at this thing.
It's him trying to pull Rachel Bilson.
Trying to pull Rachel Bilson, the paedophile. No. Right, so he's trying to pull Rachel Bilson, right? So he goes under the fucking whatever, right? To let her know kind of that he's alive, he leaves the orb, or the snow globe on a swing, right? And if you don't know what happens, a bully runs out and throws the orb into the lake. That's how he drowns or whatever. But I think it'd be really funny if that scene was her coming out, right, and sees the globe. She's like, oh, and she runs, and then the bully runs out of the bush and lifts it, just fucks it into the lake again.
He's been waiting in the bushes for 8 years.
Just fucking waiting and just horses it back into the lake. Very funny.
When we meet up with Christensen again, he's now basically been robbing banks for years, and he's managed to have this penthouse.
Poker chips?
I don't know, he's got hundreds of shit.
He's got hundreds of poker chips. I'm like, you just cash that in? What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. But he's a lazy cunt. Like, he can't even fucking... He like leaps from the fridge to his couch, and you're going... how are your surely you've got rickets by now.
You should be a fat bastard.
Yeah, how are you fucking? He does nothing. He never moves. He just flits from bit to bit to bit to bit.
There's a part he goes not even a yard, or like one seat across on his couch to get the remote.
Yeah, and then you never. See, this is what annoyed me about it most is you never really find out what the rules are behind this.
Yeah, teleport. Yeah.
So you've got no idea because initially you think right, he can go anywhere, and then you go, oh no, he has to have been able to see the place, so he has to be able to visualize him landing in where he's going to teleport to. But then you go, well, he didn't really see the safe of the first bank, and surely he's not being able to see because he can't keep robbing the same fucking bank.
Yeah,
because at some point they're going to go, let's just shut this branch down because we don't know how this is happening, but it's happening.
It's amazing, by the way, that not only the library and the bank just did not have cameras inside a vault or in the if something came into the library and completely obliterated the books and had to be shut down, like what happened there?
Yeah,
let's check the cameras in our library, and they didn't see someone flying out of thin air in a ball of water. And most films don't have cameras inside a vault, and I just be like, no, there's definitely cameras inside vaults. I know it'll ruin so many films, but
that's one of my that's what I was thinking as well. Everyone around the world, everyone that is around the scenarios where he jumps is so lackadaisical and so nobody fucking panics. Like he lands in his library with half a ton of water on him, right? Just obliterates two of the shelves. And nobody says a fucking thing.
All right, I'll clean that up.
He just walks out wet, and some librarian looks at him as if he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
That's just soaked himself in the bathroom. You've obliterated 2 rows of books. There's half a lake sitting in your fucking library. Why isn't this? And like you're saying about the bank, like you would go, this is what the fuck has happened here?
Yeah.
And then surely other banks. Because he's robbed tons of banks. So why aren't banks getting together and going,
cameras?
There's some fucking weird shit going on here. If we don't have cameras, install cameras. Oh, look, there's a guy that wasn't there 2 seconds ago. Now they are robbing them. Oh, look, he's gone again. This should probably be investigated.
Yeah. There was a lot of that type of nonsense.
And then even, when they do that, and then, when he first robbed the bank, he's a teenager, and then he's Hayden Christensen. So I'm like, how fucking long has passed here? And then Samuel Jackson, who's hunting him, gets a call and goes, "We've got a lead, right?" And then he goes, "We've been looking for you for 8 years." Like, how shite are you? 8 years! 8 years, and this is your first lead. This is your first lead on an invisible man who's robbing banks.
And it seems to be your only job too.
Jesus
I wonder who's
Christ.
Paying. I wonder who's paying paladins.
Yeah.
How are they making their money?
Oh.
Do you know as well? Do you know there's another thing too? If you teleport, I presume there's the unwritten rule of if I find a place and teleported, I don't know if I should be able to it would kill me by accident if I was to be I just landed in half a swing and I'm my head's half in the bar going, back. It feels like it's always perfectly, at feet height.
Yeah.
Technically, I feel like if you're teleporting thing, it couldn't be that perfect that you get the exact moment where you're just standing on the ground, woo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You'd land up the top corner of the room and fall on your arse and smack your neck.
There's so much of it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like when you teleport yourself, you destroy things, right? So when he teleports into the library, he destroys 2 bookshelves. When he teleports into the bank, he destroys an entire wall. Yet Jamie Bell teleports a Mercedes out of a fucking window, and the window's still completely intact.
Yeah. They also teleport some Mexican cab driver into a war and get him crushed by a... he just gets this guy who's fucking driving vegetables around, and they just get him teleported to Chechnya.
That's the worst bit.
And then he just lands there, and a fucking tank goes and crushes him, but it never even shows you the guy getting out. So
you assume at the start, that the way I assumed that he could teleport through time. You then find out that they can only teleport in different locations. You then find out because he's got shitloads of pictures that he's taken, photos that he's taken, and there is jump sites. So this is the first time this has ever been mentioned that there's jump sites. So you can only teleport into someone if you've seen it. Right, so he's gone and taken pictures of he's taken the pictures of the fucking Sphinx, which he seems fucking obsessed by, and then the Empire State Building and all that kind of stuff. Right, why Chechnya? Who the fuck is putting... Right, you go... Right, fair enough. The beach in Fiji, right? Empire State Building. Fair enough. Pretty cool to sit on the top of the Sphinx. Who the fuck wins? You know where I really want it? I want to jump into war-torn Chechnya. I want to make that one of my jump sites.
When was it even based, this film? Because I don't even know if there was a war in Chechnya when this was going
2008, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But that's so funny. Yeah, the jump sites. But it'd be great. You know what you would do to catch him?
What?
You'd change his jump site to like an AI one. You know, and he thinks it's a real place, and then goes, bleh, and he's caught inside a Mac or something. And you're like, yeah, you fucking.
There's one jump site, right? See when they're having a fight with each other, right? So they're punching each other into different jump sites. So they're fucking leathering each other on top of the Empire State Building, and then they're leathering each other on top of one of the pyramids. Then they land in a kid's pool. Whose fucking jump site was that then? Just a pool full of kids. So someone's been jumping there fairly regularly.
Pat the pedo from our last, but that's from this episode, wasn't it?
Disgusting.
Pat the pedo. Pat the pedo's jump site. That's amazing. Do you know? I always thought too. If you were, it seems like if he's under duress, because he also, if he's in the middle of a fight, sometimes he does it. If he was in the bottom of the what thing, right? But it'd be class if you were like, if you jumped every time you busted, like every time you come, that's the next thing you're just in the fucking pool blowing your load everywhere, and they're like and then you're done as like a teleporting pedo would be pretty terrible in fairness.
Yeah, but you could have so much fun with it. Like even like when he goes. I mean, I'm a 15-year-old boy. Like, so obviously this is what I'm going to teleport. And you go, no, that's not what you do. As a 15-year-old boy, you're immediately teleporting into that girl's changing room. That is literally all you're doing for a couple of weeks. You're not thinking about banks. You're not thinking about setting yourself up, getting an apartment in New York. You're literally going in to see women get naked.
Yeah. Or like I would say what I would do is like what in the Six Nations, right? And then somebody's getting the winning conversion, and I just appear in the top bar and punch it over. England, and they don't have any. Flap it down and then teleport away. Like we all saw that, right? It was on TV.
Can I go for a pee again?
Yeah. Yes, you can. I'm actually going to tell about what you call it, the next one.
Oh yeah.
Let me think. I'll just redo this. I'll just do it. Fuck it. We'll do another one about the thing. By the way, we actually also have possible live events here at Absolute Cuts coming up. We're still looking at a venue for the Edinburgh Fringe, but please do make a check out like the Instagram and stuff, because obviously if we find a place for that, we're going to put it in. We've also got Absolute Cuts, which is Absolute Cuts at Altitude. Now, I know half the fucking cunts in here. I've actually feel like more people that even usually are from the Patreon and Discord are coming to Altitude this year. So we're going to do an ice and snow themed film. We have a couple of ideas. He's actually told me a good one. I feel like it's going to be it, but we'll break that closer to the time. We don't know if it's going to be like just set up of us chatting, or is it going to be in a cinema that Brett has found for Altitude? But hopefully that'll be. I was just giving them the plugs on the old Altitude and stuff like that. How long have we done, by the way? Just out of very bottom.
Oh, 1 minute and 3 minutes.
1 hour and 3 minutes.
1 minute and 3 minutes.
1 minute and 3 minutes. 4 minutes.
See, now with me going for a pee thing, right? That's very unprofessional. But other podcasts do it. I've seen other podcasts do it, but they don't have the balls to keep it in.
Yeah, I know it all.
They'll edit it out.
Yeah. I just went, I'll just plug the fucking thing.
I was thinking there when I went to the bathroom, I was going to ask you what location you would jump into, and I have got
your mum's ass.
No, I've got one, right?
Right.
I would see if there was a newly wedded couple, right, and they were on their honeymoon, or even their wedding night. Right.
Okay.
So a really Christian couple, right? Devout Christian couple who've kept completely celibate, totally apart, till they get married, right? And it's the night where they're going to consummate the marriage, right? So the wife has gone in and she's getting herself all spruced up in the bathroom. The groom is lying in the bed, right? He knows what's about to happen. He's fucking rock hard. As she comes out and is about to come towards him, I would teleport onto his cock.
Because would you do like a complete? For some reason, I imagined like fucking Sam Smith all of a sudden just going plonking in, going just for a split second. Is it like a split second in a way?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. I'd make sure both of them have realised what's happened. I'd grind a bit. I'd grind for about 3 seconds and then I'd just teleport away again.
Do you think that would probably ruin the marriage? Because they wouldn't be able to tell anyone.
No.
They'd be afraid of each.
No.
And also one has been sexually assaulted, essentially.
It's the fact that his virginity I'll have always taken his virginity. So it doesn't, regardless. And the fact is he'll know he's going to hell now as well.
That's right.
That's all I would do if I was a jumper. I'd just ruin Christian men's
fucking hell.
anal virginity.
Do you know what I would do? I know what I would do. And this is going to be with our 9/11 theme. So a 9/11 jumper.
Right.
They jump off, right?
I think those existed.
Yes, they did. They did, right? But they just teleported 1 inch into the concrete. But anyway, right? So I would teleport midair and catch them and pretend to be Superman for a second. I'd be like, I've got you, don't worry. And then I just teleport away when they're about to smack. Just an extra bit of hope for no reason. You'll be safe now, don't worry. And then just disappear again. They go, what the fuck?
Teleport into the cockpit, start steering it away, and then go, nah.
Fucking hell. That's so bad. I'd give Bin Laden a heads up. Come, just tell me the thing. You're like, wipe your history. Don't want to make them see them fucking pictures. Yeah. What else do we have here?
What I don't understand about this, right, is this. Do you know this is the first film that they were ever allowed to film inside the Colosseum? Now, think of the films that would have tried to get inside the Colosseum, right?
But obviously,
so Gladiator before this,
yeah.
I'd imagine Ben-Hur probably had a bash. Cleopatra might have had a go. Maybe not. That's Egypt, but.
Maybe not.
There must have been a lot of films to have this as the first film, and then they insisted there was no CGI or blue screen in this. So all of this is filmed.
So they really teleported.
This is filmed over 20 countries. I can't think.
Budget.
Even Bond films aren't filmed in 20 different countries.
I did think that, and I was like, they didn't actually go to them. They just pretended.
Every single one of these is filmed.
That's so fucking pointless.
How was this able to be made? What must this have cost? And also, how were they allowed to do that? Why the fuck were they allowed to be on top of a sphinx?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's none of that CGI'd.
So
he's on top of a fucking sphinx.
That'll be some funny news if Hayden Christensen slid in his arse and took the nose off the sphinx.
I don't...
Do you know what also is mad? Rachel Bilson comes back like, oh, you're back from the dead. Immediately starts a fight. He goes, let's go to Rome. And she, instead of going, well, before I go to Rome, what the fuck happened? Not only today with this massive bar fight, but also the whole you dying, leaving an orb. She just went, aye.
Yeah.
To Rome we go. And then starts going like, well, you're not telling me anything. And I'm like, I think you've already fucked this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, before I got on the first plane.
Well, there's very few films where a guy will treat a woman worse than this. Basically, he turns up as a ghost, largely kidnaps her, takes her to Rome, pumps her, then gets her arrested, then ditches her at the airport and says, right, off you pop. That's it. That's her entire Rome experience, is getting fucked in a hotel room, arrested, and sent on a plane home.
Oh, fucking good. It's quite a holiday. Do you know what's good too, right? Remember the blonde girl he was going to pump?
Yeah.
Right? Do you know what would be real funny? If because he found out he can teleport people if they're holding them or whatever, kind of, right? If he pumped her, and after he finished, he just teleports straight to an abortion clinic. He just goes, she just blows her load.
Trust me.
Then he just goes, and I think she's locked in like the cupboard in an abortion clinic where they wake her up with a note playing, "Please do me."
That's another thing I'd be doing if I was pumping somebody. I'd be teleporting from each hole, like back to front, constantly, so they don't know what the fuck's going on.
You're teleporting in and out of her, not actually moving your hips. You're just teleporting 1 inch, 1 inch and back, like. Yes. Yeah. If it's part of you, if you were to teleport as you come, would your cum teleport with you?
Oh,
stupid questions.
Maybe you know how you've got that jumper scar where you can go through.
Aye.
Like if you came, could they grab onto your spunk and then transport to where you've gone to?
Coming through a jumper portal,
just like that, wiping your eyes.
Because people wouldn't know as well. By the way, like if someone teleported, which would be even funnier. So it'd be someone like walking through a diner, and next thing just a big rope of cum flies out of the corner of the roof, and
See,
and then the police would like, what? And he goes, it's just cum came out of the roof, and then they'll test it, and they'll be like, this guy came here.
Imagine. That's so funny. Spunk and then leaving before, so they don't know where the spunk's come. Imagine arriving on the like a live taping of Oprah, right? Just landing in front of Oprah, jizzing, and then disappearing, and all people see on screen is this jizz that's come from nowhere, soaking Oprah's face. Absolute mass panic across the whole of America. Just ghost spunk appearing on daytime television.
It was ectoplasm, I swear. The fucking, just that fucking the cutting off. Oh god. Oh fucking hell, that's too funny.
The only other thing I had is he's Farage's worst nightmare. Cross borders.
Aye, Samuel L. Jackson, by the way, some haircut.
That's the only thing I liked about this film.
Well, I get it, but
blonde highlights and Samuel.
Yeah, the Wes Brown.
Yes. You wonder, like, because obviously Samuel Jackson's made a pile of shite, a lot of piles of shite in his life, but it's also some class films.
Yeah.
What's Jamie Bell's career?
Bizarre.
What's that been like? Let's have a right. I'll take a read.
About a Boy. He's in something.
No,
good.
he's not in About a Boy. That's Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Holt's great.
That's you're thinking of Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's going to be his first film, right? So Jamie Bell.
I've seen him something really good, and I can't think what it is. And he was good in it.
There is one film that I totally forgot, which I find fucking mental. Right. So Billy Elliot. Then he was in a film called Death Watch, which is really good.
Never seen Death.
It's like a kind of horror film with SAS British soldiers types, and then the usual kind of shit. Nicholas Nickleby, all English shite.
Yeah.
Then he was in King Kong. He was in a film called The Chum Scrubber.
Who gets this fucking a thing for a script of The Chum Scrubber? And they sign me up.
So, and then King Kong.
2005? No, it's not Skull Island. It's the one I like.
No, King Kong. It's the Peter Jackson King Kong. Right, and then Flags of Our Fathers. Which is that Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood. War film's terrible.
Then Jumper. Yeah. And then some of the stuff, Jane Eyre, all that kind of shit. And then he plays Tintin in Spielberg's The Adventures of Tintin. Then Snowpiercer. It's a great film.
I don't remember him in Snowpiercer, yeah.
That's a great film.
Yeah, it is.
And he's in Filth. He plays McAvoy's partner in Filth.
Yeah.
This is where it gets mental. I totally forgot he plays the Thing in the Fantastic Four. You know the one when Miles Teller is Mr. Fantastic?
Jesus.
He plays the Thing.
God, that's weird.
Bizarre, isn't it?
I don't even remember that film exists.
And then he plays Bernie Taupin in Rocketman. I didn't know that either.
Rocketman. What the fuck's the film I'm thinking of him in? I can't think of what I think of him in. But
so, I mean, that's all the ones I've heard of.
Yeah. Fucking bizarre. It's a weird career.
It's a weird career.
The Thing and Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
There's only one Thing in my... Who's the Thing in the new one? The dude from the Bear, isn't it?
Yeah, but Chickless is Chickless is the thing.
Chickless is the Thing and always will be.
Yeah.
I love Michael Chiklis.
But I totally... it doesn't make any sense, though, because he's not hugely built.
No.
Jamie Bell, so...
I suppose it makes sense, the fact that it's not going to be he's not also made of rocks.
He's also... he's in the video for Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day.
That's weird. I don't know too many music videos. That's an odd one.
I remember that music video. Because a lot of people think that was
gay.
About 9/11. It's not.
Oh.
Nothing to do with it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
A lot of jumper material here.
He's been married to 2 people.
Okay.
He's still married to one of them. He was married to Evan Rachel Wood.
I know Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah.
Jesus, he did well for himself. Well, kind of.
And he is now married to Kate Mara, who he was in Fantastic Four with.
I can't remember which one Kate Mara is. She played
the reporter in House of Cards.
Big Nepo baby, the Maras.
The Maras, are they?
Yeah. Their dad, I believe,
Michael Mara
is a big fucking... It's not Michael Mara.
He's a Scottish singer.
Kate Mara and the older one. What's the other one? The darker one? Rooney Mara. She's in like...
Rooney Mara, yeah. The Rooney family. This is Mickey Rooney's family, isn't it?
No. What? Rooney Mara?
The
Mara's
Rooney family.
No, she's...
An Irish-American family known for its connections to sports, acting and political fields.
I think they own the Giants, the New York Giants. Huh?
They own the Steelers.
No, that's Art Rooney.
That's the Rooneys. But the Rooney Maras, they're both... They married into each other.
Oh, no, but isn't Kate Mara's sister's first name not Rooney? What's Kate Mara's sister, Rooney Mara?
Rooney Mara, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But their dad owns the Giants.
So, yeah, Joan Mara owns the Giants, yeah.
Okay.
Other notable family members.
So, Art Rooney is part of that and owns the... I know Art
Dan Rooney was the United States ambassador to Ireland.
That's why Steelers, they're making a big deal. But Art Rooney died about recently.
He's still... Art Rooney the second is now the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Present. Kate
it's handy they had another one hanging about.
Rooney Mara. Tom Rooney was in the House of Representatives. And Patrick Rooney Jr. was also in the House of Representatives. Fucking hell, they're a big political family.
Yeah, I mean, that's why she was in... Wasn't she not in that Kevin Spacey fucking...
House of Cards, yeah. Like she's the one that he pushes her in front of the train.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that synergy.
Yeah. And Wayne Rooney. He's played for Everton.
It's so funny you said play for Everton too. I know. You didn't say the England or Man United striker. Even the manager would be. Right. Well,
I hated that.
Yeah.
I fucking hated every minute of that film.
I liked the first half an hour. I thought it was stupid enough and enjoyable much. And I was like, this is terrible acting. And then there's the last thing I want to say. What the fuck was the ending? It just ended. It just ended. He zaps Jackson to like the Grand Canyon. Kind of insinuates that he's dead, that he's fucked there. Like,
because he's put him in a crevice.
Anyway, I could have dropped you in the shark, and I'm like, you just still killed me, you fucking creep.
Yeah.
Right. And then he goes, I'm different, and then killed him. Wasn't different, right? And then he went.
Also, arguably killed him in a worse way.
Yeah.
You drop him with sharks, the sharks are going to rip him apart.
Second time in his career as well.
Yeah.
Deep blue sea.
But you keep him on. He's starving to death. He's getting heat stroke, dehydration. Then he's starving to death in a rock crevice.
Yeah.
So you're worse than everyone else.
Yeah. I just thought that was insane, stupid, right? And then so I was like, right, so that's going to be a thing. Somebody's going to get him. There's going to be a big ending because it didn't really do much, right? And then he kind of just like, it just ends. Like it ends, and I genuinely, right, when this ended, I kind of thought. Because there was just so much unanswered, nothing happened. Didn't feel like it felt like this. It felt like it finished in the second act.
This is what I mean about there's so much stuff that they don't really know how they were making this.
I thought they might have thought this was going to be so good. There's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we're not making a sequel to this.
No.
Because it looked like he kind of set it up for a sequel.
Well, he visits his ma.
Yeah.
And it turns out she's a jumper.
Yeah.
But she's also one of the hunters of the jumpers. And she's been protecting him for years. But then she insinuates, he's like, so what am I doing? What are we going to do now? And she says, I'm going to give you a head start. So is she now
trying to kill him?
Kill him?
Yeah, but
even though she's been protecting him for years, it's...
See, I wanted to let you know that I was alive before I killed you, son.
Yeah, fucking
Stupid. And then it ended, and I genuinely looked up because I kind of went like that, and I looked away. Obviously, the music came up, and then the Amazon skip ad thing came up, and I go, "Oh fuck it, there's another part," and I skipped the ad, and it went straight to the credits, and I was just like bewildered at how odd that was of an like
Shite
just fucking like I can't really give it good for that. I mean, I enjoyed watching it because it was shite.
I'll never watch that ever again.
No, I won't either. Yeah,
I wish I.
big fan that it was given to us. Though.
Oh, aye. Oh, no, it was great. It was great to watch for this. But
Good man cave.
my God, awful.
Yeah.
Right, next week.
Oh yeah.
I'm very
I'm
excited about this as well.
Wait, what are you going for?
This is a film that will surprise people that I absolutely love, and I'm fairly certain you will hate.
Oh god. Fuck me. This is always a disaster when you do this.
Next week, we are doing Dirty Dancing. I adore this film.
I'm so fucking.
I think it is.
I'm fucked off, man. I thought we got a.
I think this is excellent.
You're
film.
a fucking prick.
This is a
is this
very.
is this the? It's not the Kenny Loggins unless we did that.
No.
Is this Travolta in the leather
No,
pants?
that's Grease.
What the fuck's this one?
This is Patrick Swayze. Patrick
Not this
Swayze
fucking
and,
dire
and
cunt.
Jennifer Grey.
Ugh, I don't even know who Jennifer Grey is.
On a holiday. Yes, you do. Jennifer Grey was the girl who was in the car with
You have told me this.
Broderick when he was driving through Ireland and they killed 2 people.
No, that's not.
Yes, it is.
That's Sarah Jessica
Oh,
Parker.
is it Sarah Jessica Parker? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Jennifer Grey is.
You have told me something.
Jennifer Grey's Ferris Bueller's sister.
Yes.
Right, but this is her breakout role.
Okay, right. I'm fucked. I'm actually fucking fizzing with you. I'm glad I have a couple of weeks to watch it.
I'm just going to read the opening. It is the summer of 1963, and 17-year-old Frances Baby Houseman is about to learn some major lessons in life, as well as a thing or two about dancing. I love this film.
I'm going to
It is so class.
I'm actually genuinely fucked off.
It's so class.
It's not. I know it's not.
You'll enjoy it. The soundtrack is brilliant.
I don't-
First dance, first love, the time of your life. You must know the time of your life, the song.
I've heard it.
I've had time
I know the
of
thing.
my
Dirty
life.
Dancing dances, they run and they kind of.
They do the lift, yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
We should try
because I've seen people.
We should try and do that.
I've seen fat people fuck it up. So
We should try and do that when I try and lift you
I thought it was going to be the other way
for
around.
the podcast. Got my thinking cap on now. It's actually quite a dark film as well. There's a lot of dark undertones to this film. So.
It'll be a fucking dark film because I was slitting my wrists watching it.
I can't wait to watch this.
I'm so angry.
Yay.
I'm glad you've given me weeks to watch this shit because if I had to be
I've got a couple of weeks now to watch this.
forced to watch it within a 3-day thing,
I'll be very surprised if you don't watch it twice.
I'll be very surprised. I'll watch it. I will watch it. I have to watch it. I'll watch it. I have to watch it. But I'm fizzing at you. I'm actually physically not. I think I just put you through that.
I know, but that's revenge.
That's
almost.
better.
That's Kev, to be honest. But
I reckon that's going to be better than Dirty Dancing.
Not a chance. I'm already eyeing up another 5-star for this. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Well, it won't seem like a couple of weeks to you. That's very much like The Jumper. It'll seem like the normal week. But I'll come back burnt to a fucking crisp because there's a heat wave in Portugal right now.
Okay.
Ryan will look exactly the same. If anything, paler compared to me.
More and more died.
Yeah.
More and more died.
We'll look like a negative photo.
Every photo we use a negative photo.
When I come back, I will be so tanned. This will look like when McCartney and Michael Jackson recorded Ebony and Ivory.
It would actually be. It'd be so thing. I'd be Jamie Bell and you'd be Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, yes, yeah. When I come back, I'm gonna make sure I look like Samuel L. Jackson in Jumper.
Just get a duster. That's it. Duster and black
I
up.
am so determined. I'm gonna give myself skin cancer so that I look like Samuel L. Jackson in Jumper now.
Fuck's sake.
Keep listening, keep sharing, keep telling people, join the Patreon, watch out for all of our dates, wherever we are.
Wash behind your ears.
On that. Yep, wash behind your ears, wash under your foreskin. If you don't have a foreskin, then free Palestine. And we'll see you next time.
Right,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.